Many years ago, I accompanied a pilgrimage here to Medjugorje with a large group of people. I was very busy right throughout the week with masses, confessions, prayer meetings, climbing the mountains, and all the other wonderful things we can do here in Medjugorje. When I returned home to the parish, I felt a strong, empty feeling. I felt tired, no desire to pray, felt flat, felt empty of enthusiasm, and I felt God was far away. I kept wondering what was wrong with me, what had happened to me. I can't remember how long it lasted, and then the Lord revealed to me the following. I felt He said to me, yes, you were praying with everybody all week while here in Medjugorje, but you really didn't pray to me on your own. It was a very big lesson for me at the time, that no matter how busy the needs of the community, I must not substitute my community and working prayer time for my own personal prayer time with the Lord. It's a very subtle temptation. I don't know if you've experienced it or not. So when we received Our Lady's message last week, reminding us to return to personal prayer, it resonated very strongly with me. So, dear friends, what is personal prayer? And could I ask, what have we done about personal prayer since we heard that message 10 days ago? Simply put, the God of love, the God of the universe, longs to have a daily conversation with each and every one of us, personally, every day. A heart-to-heart talking and listening to each other. We all need to make an appointment with God every day. We've asked us doing various exercises, but we need a definite person-to-person appointment with the Lord every day. He is so interested in us and so loves us that He requires that appointment. I don't know if you've heard this story or not, but once Saint Faustina, the Polish nun whom the merciful Christ appeared to many times, she was once on a retreat, she tells us in her diary, and Jesus appeared to her during the retreat, and He asked her how the retreat was going. And she replied, "Sure you know, Lord, how it is going." "I know," he said, "but I like to hear the sound of your voice." So the Lord likes to hear from us personally every day. Did not Jesus say, when you pray, don't babble like the pagans, because they think that by using many words, they will make themselves heard. Don't be like them. But when you pray, go to your private room, shut your door, and pray there to your Father who sees all that is done in secret. Our Lady is calling us, is reminding us to keep our personal prayer time with the Lord. She is also reminding us that Satan is strong and he wants to attract all the more souls to himself. And he does that very cleverly, in very subtle and cunning ways. He attracts us by distracting us. This is why she reminds us to Solomon, speak, Lord, your servant is listening. Listening to God with our hearts and giving him time to listen to him is very important. Each one of us is important to God. So let us not forget to honor that importance and make personal time for prayer every day. Our Lady assures us of her motherly presence and her motherly blessing, and she is grateful for her response. Now in today's first reading from Kings, the son of David, Solomon, has become king, and he encounters God in a dream. So don't think in your sleep that the Lord forgets you either. You can talk to your sleep as well. And God speaks to Solomon in his dream, and he says, ask what you would like me to give you. And Solomon acknowledges in response all God's blessings to his father David. He acknowledges the honor of being chosen to be king in his father's successor. And he humbly acknowledges his youth and his lack of leadership skills. Now remember, Solomon was only 20 years of age, taking over from his father who ruled for 40 years. He was only 20 when he became king. He was daunted at leading so many people, so he asked the Lord for understanding and discernment between good and evil to lead the people. And the Lord, we're told, was pleased with Solomon's unselfish request, because he did not ask for long life, for riches, or the lives of his enemies. The Lord replied, here and now I do what you ask. I give you a heart wise and shrewd, as none before you has had, and none after you will have. What you have not asked for, the Lord said, I give all of that to you too, such riches and glory as no other king has ever had. This reminds us of the teaching of Jesus. Seek first the kingdom of God. Put God in first place, and all of the gifts will be given you as well. This reminds us, dear friends, to always give the best to God before all material things and material honors. Now today maybe we all could ask, or could allow the Lord to ask us the same question. If the Lord was to ask each one of us, what would you like me to give you? Will you have an answer for him? Think about it. In the Gospel, Jesus calls the apostles away to a quiet place so they can have some rest, because they were very busy on the missions, as we heard during the week. The crowd was so great, they were so busy that they hadn't even time to eat. They were so busy. So they got into a boat, because Jesus went to get away from the crowd, and they sailed to a quiet place. Now, I don't know how long the journey took across the lake, and maybe they stopped midway on the journey across the lake for a while and had some food and some quiet time on the lake. If ever you've been to the Holy Land, that's exactly what we do on the boat. Stop midway along the lake to reflect together, and maybe the apostles of Jesus did the same. But when they landed on the other side, a vast crowd guessed where they were going and arrived on foot before them. Now Jesus has one big fault. He can't say no. So he took pity on them, he took compassion on them. And the word compassion comes from the word womb, which means a motherly feeling for the people. And he spent, we're told, a long time teaching them. But they out all over the place, and in no time lack food and water, and get exposed to all kinds of dangers. So let us take